What's up, guys? It's your favorite Baltimore Fett here to talk about some Oriole games they had. We had just finished up a 3-game series with the Blue Jays. We're coming off red hot, taking 3 or 4 from the Yankees, and boy, did it run down our leg. I don't know what it is, because we've been getting thumped at home. The Twins took 2 or 3 from us. Unfortunately, the Blue Jays did the same. You're supposed to win at home. That's the way I look at it. I know Buck's working on it. I know it's early in the season. I can hear everyone already. Oh, my goodness, they're 4 series in. What do you want from them? I'll tell you what I want. I want them to win so we can re-sign Manny Machado. I want them to win so we can attract some free agents next year if we keep Manny Machado. And I want to win the AL East every single year. I don't want to hear numbers. I don't want to hear about talent. I don't want to hear about this or that. I just want the Birds to win. As a Orioles fanatic, every single year I get hyped up, and this happens to me where, the beginning of the season, my expectations are so high, I'm so pumped for baseball that, I normally get burned out. It didn't happen in 2014, but, growing up my whole life, basically being 27, I saw them good as a kid, 95, 96, 97, and then they were good in 2014. So it's a hit or miss. And while we have Manny Machado, I would really like to see us win and do something so it changes his mind about maybe wearing pinstripes or maybe going down to play for the Marlins or wherever, because Manny is Mr. Miami, and to me that worries me now that they have all this cap space with Derek Jeter gift wrapping Stanton over to the Yanks. But enough about that. Let's talk about the Blue Jays. Game 1, Donaldson slam. They score 5 runs in the 9th inning. Bundy took the loss, which I don't know how it's his loss. He only gave up 2 runs, and that was in the 3rd. Bundy is getting the short end of the stick, man. He went 7 innings, gave up 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 bases on balls, and 10 strikeouts. 10 strikeouts. Bundy was in rare form, okay? Yet we still lose this 7-1. It was 2-1 going in the 9th. I don't know. Givens and Cortez, man, just unbelievable. Giving up 5 earned runs in the 9th, that's just totally unacceptable. Maybe it was the New York series. We burned out the bullpen, and I should give them a break, which is what I chalk this up to. But, the bats didn't appear either. 9 for 35. Like I said, Trey, dude, the only good spot I can find here is Trey. Trey, 3 for 4 in the leadoff spot. I mean, he just keeps doing what he does best, and that's get on base, that's get hits, and his batting average has increased ever since he's been moved to starting off the order. So just a real ugly bullpen game. You can't fault Bundy for this. I don't know how he got tagged for the loss. I think it's because he was losing 2-1 at the time he came out in the 7th. But Bundy pitched a gem. He didn't get any run support. That's what it chalks down to. Donaldson had a game. He had 4 RBIs. He had 2 strikeouts, but, that 9th inning grand slam just kind of, yeah. Anyways, let's get away from Game 1. I got a bad taste in my mouth. Game 2, I should say. Not Tool, even though I think all Blue Jays are tools. And that's all your fault, Joey Bats. I will never forgive you for your bat flip in the AL wildcard game or some of your comments directed at, the other Birds. So I dislike the Blue Jays, not just because of Joey Bats, but mostly because of Canada. It's the only Canadian baseball team. I find it hilarious that they didn't replace the Expos. And, they have all these hockey teams that play in our NHL, but they don't want to add baseball teams to MLB for us, which I think would be good for baseball, good for Canada, good for relations between the states. But that's, like I said, that's a separate podcast, actually. That's a whole way going off topic here. Game 2, pitching duel. Sanchez had a no-hitter going. We spoiled it. He still walks away with the win. Old man Curtis Granson hits a walk-off home run in the 9th. You can't make this crap up as an Orioles fan. O'Day gives him, he hung a pitch right over the plate. I think it was a full count. And just Granson took him to the park, and Short Porch helped him out a little bit. But His first home run of the season comes off O'Day, and the Blue Jays get away with a win. Sanchez had a nice pitch line. He had 8 innings pitched, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, 5 bases on balls, just 1 earned run. The bats. Let me tell you what the bats were. 3 for 27. 3 for 27. One of those hits Cisco, 1 Beckham, and Santadar. Just, I don't know, man. Cashner, he definitely got screwed again. Well, I shouldn't say again, but another starting pitcher gets screwed here by not just the bullpen, but the bats going silent. You're not going to win many games going 3 for 27. Cisco, like I said, he's a star in the making. I really like him a lot. He's coming around, he's getting to play almost every day now. It's like, where's Caleb Joseph? I thought they were going to split time, and, Buck's going with Cisco a lot, which I'm okay with, as long as he keeps playing good defensive catching, and he comes and he bats. He got 1 of the 3 hits tonight, so, or I shouldn't say tonight, but in that game, it was just awesome. So I really think Cisco's a star in the making. I hit on him a little bit in the Yankees podcast, but hopefully he's picking up steam. I know Trey Mancini got no love last year for Rookie of the Year, but Trey keeps producing. I don't see why he's not in the running this year. So keep it up, Mr. Cisco. Cashner, you did great. You did 7 innings. You gave 4 hits, 3 bases on balls, 6 strikeouts, but bat support didn't help you out. And then O'Day hung that pitch, took the loss, walk off, and that was all she wrote. But we didn't completely get swept. We weren't going to get swept for the second time this year. We took them down in Game 3, 5-3. I was watching the end of the game at work a little bit. Orioles' 4th inning was the key there, where they scored 3 runs, but Gausman gets a W. That's huge. Gausman went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. He gave up 1 home run, 3 bases on balls. He gets the W, though. That's all we care about in that aspect, because we won. The save goes to Brock. He got his 3rd of the year. Mancini, off game, only 1 hit from the leadoff spot, but it's all right. My boy Cisco, though, home run, or I shouldn't say home run. He had a double. He went 2 for 3, which, like I say, is great. The bats showed up tonight. 11 for 34. Not bad. You know what I mean? But it's a hit or miss. As you guys are seeing the trend, 2 bad hitting games followed by the bats waking up. It's going to be like this during the opening. And then, be prepared for it to happen mid-season, late season. Hey, maybe it's an all-season trend, but I know we can't lose 2 out of 3 games of the Blue Jays and contend for a wild card or a playoff spot representing the AL East. Just not going to happen. Not with Boston, not with New York, not even with Tampa Bay. It's just not going to happen for us in the AL East. Basically, my MVP of the game got to be my boy, Manny Machado. 2 for 5 at the plate. Hit a double. So did Scoop. Cisco had 1. So did Alvarez. They look great. I was pumped. Gausman went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, but, 7 strikeouts. So he got the W. A hold by O'Day and a save by Brock. And, we can't really complain because we didn't get swept. So basically, in conclusion, I'm real happy at Trey taking the leadoff spot. I'm happy that Cisco's getting more time behind the plate. The starting pitching, which we've been complaining about, you had Bundy and Cashner back-to-back games show up, and they took L's. Bundy strikes out 10, goes 7 strong innings, but the bats don't support him. Cashner, 7 innings, 6 Ks, but the bats don't support him. Gausman goes 6 innings and gives up 6 hits, 3 earned, but the bats support him, and the Orioles come away with a 5-3 win. Scoop definitely with his 2 RBIs, along with Chris Davis. Unexpected, went 2 for 4. 2 for 4, Chris Davis. Had a RBI, and that bumps his average now to 122. Woo! 160 mil. But don't worry, no chance of re-signing Manny unless he restructures, ladies and gentlemen. So, it's going to be a roller coaster. I hope you guys are prepared to listen to me ride the waves of this season. And we get an off day now before we take on the first place 9-2 Boston Red Sox. So I will do a conclusion of the Red Sox series. I'm not even going to preview it or do predictions because it does not look pretty. I said the same thing about the Yankees series, talking with SkiveWalker, but I'm not gonna get you guys all excited for that, and then us get swept, and then you have to hear me come in all mopey after that 4-game series. So, not really much to say after the Blue Jays series, except they got to get better. The bats got to get more consistent. I don't care about, honestly, we complain about pitching every year, and here we go. Here's 2 examples in a series of pitching going off the charts, and we just couldn't go the distance with the bats. But, that's expected. After the New York series was long, 2 extra inning games, the bullpens probably wore out. So this off day hopefully will help them in preparation for the Red Sox. All right. Well, this has been a review of the Blue Jays series against the Baltimore Orioles. I hope everyone gets a nice off day in between watching them, and let's go O's.